Off to a fast flying start in the YellaWood 500. However, we have come to a slower pace. The first caution of the day, and it involves Trackhouse Racing's Daniel Suarez, the driver who had to serve a penalty, do a pass through, and then the pack caught him, Jeff.
He did, Pat. He did. The pack caught him, and instead of just going to the top or the bottom, he decided to try to go to the middle. He was trying to catch the pack so that he didn't lose it, so he didn't get lapped again. But watch right here. Everybody's getting by him. He tries to move up, and when he does, there's the 78 of BJ McLeod, and he ends up spinning himself out. That is an overreaction. Like, if that was too much being afraid of getting lapped twice. Had he gotten to the back of this pack, Steve, with as big of a turbulence is, I believe he could have stayed on to the back and just stayed one lap down.
That's totally on Daniel Suarez, 100%. BJ McLeod had no option right there. We talked about embracing the chaos. This is fighting the chaos. Daniel didn't do anything wrong to have to come down pit road. That's a team situation. So as a race car driver, you just have to play the hand you're dealt. We're going to see huge accidents. They're going to affect cars all day long. You just have to pick either the bottom or the top. Being kind of pulled into the pack, middle three, is just a place you cannot be.
William Byron won the lottery. He was the first car. He got a front row view of this. Watch, the Tootsie Chevrolet is about to go right and then aggressively left, and it happens right in front of William Byron and AJ Allmendinger.
That was so close.
That's purely the pressure of the playoffs, Jeff. I believe if this is a spring race, the 99 doesn't try this move.
Yeah, and again, just to recap what he's trying to do, he wants to get in the draft so he doesn't get lapped twice. He's afraid if he goes to the back of the pack, he'll lose the draft. I don't believe he would have. When they're three wide, such a wake gets created, it pulls you back into the draft. So, you know, Steve, you're right. It's the playoffs. It's the desperation of trying to make the next round. And what you hope this car isn't damaged to the point where it takes them out of being able to compete.
Suarez was always on the back foot as far as in the playoff points situation, and now that has further been magnified. As we head to the Peacock pit box, guys, what did you see? What do you think?
Jimmy, that's a tough situation, you know, having that penalty.
Grab the points. Logano pulls out of the line. He's going for it. So too is Larson. Here comes Joey Logano with a big stomp. Boom! Ryan Blaney at the end of stage 2. Ross Chastain as well. The reigning Cup Series champ has a big one right on the line at the end of the second stage.
That is huge right there. That has major consequences to the playoffs.
Blaney said, look at what we did last weekend in Kansas to show you what we're capable of. Think about how many times we've been taken out. Daytona, Watkins Glen, Darlington. The AMR safety team are right there to assist Ross Chastain. Unfortunately for Ryan Blaney, the champ, it's happened again. And as always, we thank the AMR safety team for their swift, speedy response and the care of the drivers. And Ross Chastain out of his car. Here is the wounded Team Penske, Menards Pennzoil Ford of Ryan Blaney. Watch the 12 in the middle. What happens? Did he get pushed by Bowman? Right at the end of stage 2. You're watching the YellaWood 500 here at Talladega.
Car. Remember, he served a penalty. They're going to try to get around him. Todd's going to probably stay right to the bottom. This late in the race is no need in playing games with this.
This is what happened to AJ Allmendinger earlier. And look at that. Look at the speed of the pack. Here we go. Cindric's gone. So too is Logano. Harrison Burton's in there. LaJoy.
The whole field.
My goodness.
Something stacked everybody up on the front 2 rows. The pushes got, something happened to slow them down. Look at this mess.
With 5 to go, we got this far.
Logano's in it.
As a car, Logano went pretty early. Here's Gilliland trying to get back to it. It was Austin Cindric that was going down the backstretch facing the wrong way. LaJoy went off track, now he rejoins. Here's an interesting way to return to pit lane from Bubba.
Reddick after the disappointment of Kansas. Bowman, a great run in the playoffs. He gets back to pit road to the service of his crew. The rest of this mess has to be untangled.
So 2 of the key playoff players who got through that, Kyle Larson and William Byron.
Now who can get rolling?
That's right, Jeff. A lot of conversations been talked about. Are you out of the race? Are you not? Well, all these cars have had significant contact. So if you can't get your car back under your own power, I'd be shocked if NASCAR is not going to allow you, or going to allow you to continue. Austin Cindric windowing that down. That's basically day over.
You can see drivers, if they feel like it can roll, they're going to keep their window net down. They're going to ask just to get pushed off, get pulled back.
They also have a system that you can air up, and it actually extends the rear shocks. It's a newer flat tire system, so you can drive back on flat tires. We'll see if any of these cars are able to drive away from the wreck on their own power.
And you can have a good finish with just a little bit of damage.
Yeah. Are there any with just a little bit of damage? I mean, what mess over there.
John Hunter Nemechek trying to get the gear wrench Toyota going to drive back to pit road. Wow.
Noah Gregson's got his car moving.
Cindric's out.
Cindric led 29 laps today and was at the front, there or thereabouts, in those top 3 rows for the majority of the race.
Briscoe, all right, here it is. We were looking at the back of the pack. I knew something happened at the front to get everybody stacked up. Watch the bottom row. Right there. The 2 got so far out in front of the 6, and then with all the pushing and shoving, when he got to the 2 car, he was going so fast. Right here, boom, and around he goes.
He got there, and he was also kind of moving from right to left. He wasn't, you know, it happened so quick.
Look at the push. But this is what I saw.
That's
the pushing,
right.
And the 22 was getting pushed by the 21.
Right.
The 21 was getting pushed by the car behind him. It all happened, Dick, because the 2 got out so far. And that got mixed up when they passed the lap car of Gilliland. Yeah. That changed the energy of the pack.
That was a big hit to the left side of the 47. Unbelievable. The 47 was able to keep it straight. But if we watch that again, watch this 2 car right here. Gets pushed, bang, right off the 47. Stenhouse is able to keep it straight.
Look at the 9, Chase Elliott, big impact. What are you talking about? A big wreck with big ramifications for the playoffs. And Austin Cindric's essentially leading this race, and if he wins it, he's advancing to the next round, and here he is, crashed.
Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch, they sail through. Here's the view from the 47. Oh, wow.
Logano's car, you saw it hop up in the air.
Chris Busch's view. Daniel Suarez was in there, Zane Smith as well. How about Chase Elliott? This isn't going to be good.
Look at all of these race cars, and I'm going to tell you, one driver that's not even in this. Matter of fact, he's been done for a while. Ryan Blaney. That was a massive, potentially huge deal for him. Remember, he was crashed. He was out of this race. And all of these cars are going to have poor finishes. That is going to be a big help to Ryan Blaney.